Hey guys, welcome back. This is the long-awaited part 4 to my series on the documentary about Gander, Newfoundland, and how their kindness in the aftermath of 9/11 led to the inspiration for the Broadway musical Come From Away. It was a long documentary. It was about 45 minutes, and I figured that because I would be interrupting to comment here and there, that would, perhaps make it more like 50 minutes to 55 minutes, close to an hour. And I just thought that was too long. So I split it up into 4 parts, which I filmed a few weeks ago now. So in hindsight, maybe it would have been better to have done it in 2 parts. I'm completely open to comments and suggestions on that because I'm still learning and I'm still making mistakes, but I'm not sure what works and what doesn't. So I'd be absolutely open to hearing that. Anyway, so enjoy the rest of this. I have since learned from commentary that while I can no longer see this on Broadway, which I'm really bummed about because I live so close, it's not on right now. It does play in other parts of the country, but in the comments you let me know that it's on Apple TV, I think. So pretty sure this weekend that is what I'm going to be doing. Okay. I will see you all soon. Enjoy. I've changed scenery because there was a motorcycle driving very loudly around my neighborhood, and that doesn't really make for a compelling reaction. And so here I am inside. So let's see if we can do this without a dog barking and without children calling my name. And let us get to it. Please remember to like, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell. Drop a comment. I absolutely love and welcome the conversation. Okay. See you on the flip side. Oops.
It's a standing ovation at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater on Come From Away's opening night. Mixed with the euphoria is a long-awaited blessing from Hannah O'Rourke. The writers and cast were overjoyed to see her embrace the show that portrays her son's tragic loss.
What's amazing is you have over 1,000 people in this theater celebrating them for what they think is totally ordinary. They say it's just what anyone would have done, and instead all of New York is saying, it's not. It's extraordinary what you did, and it's what we all should do.
This is the first time she's met the whole gang, so she's getting initiated.
Yeah. And it brought her and Beulah back together. It was
They became good friends, I've
on so many
learned.
different levels. All of our Newfoundland family and our theater family, and now sharing it with New York, which was our home for so long.
That's the moment I lost it, was when they all came across the stage with the people that inspired their characters.
And I wish they were there every night to come out on stage. I was so proud to stand there arm in arm with Bonnie and have her feel what it feels like to have a house full of people on their feet applauding what you did.
It was a historic night for Broadway. I think it was a historic night for Canada. There was a lot of people that thought this wasn't a good idea, but I'm so grateful to David Hine and Irene Sankoff because they understood it and they had the passion and the heart and the talent to give us this gift.
Come From Away is spectacular. If only Donald Trump could see this play.
It was a brilliant idea, and I can see why some people would have had second thoughts about it. I kind of commented that on one of the earlier segments, but God bless them for doing it.
You like your tea week and your man strong.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, that's nice. Really, Dr. Smith from the steel, from the towers. Really? Yeah. Yeah. They give us one. Yeah.
Come From Away's embrace of the O'Rourkes.
Okay, so she's obviously
Oh, that's
Irish
nice.
immigrant to New York.
Really, Dr. Smith from the steel.
I backed up for a second as I just noticed. I mean, this is obviously a little makeshift memorial to her son with steel from the towers. And look what's here in the left-hand corner. It's that pin with the American and Canadian flags intertwined.
From the towers. Really? Yeah. Yeah. They give us one. Yeah.
Come From Away's embrace of the O'Rourkes has given their family a new, more joyful story to tell. Firefighter Kevin O'Rourke's widow, children, and sister were all in the audience cheering as Hannah took her first Broadway bow.
Never did. Never in a million years. Oh my God, I nearly died when I got up and Beulah said, "Oh, come stage." Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a fantastic. What a bunch. Beautiful. How they performed it. Just reliving it right again, you know. And it was very hard, you know. And then I said, the girl that played me, she was unbelievable. And then when I seen Beulah, you know, I said, oh my God. Typical Beulah, only a bit taller. It was unbelievable. He's taking care of us all here.
They're so cute together, that friendship.
A few months after Come From Away opened on Broadway, it was nominated for 7 Tony Awards. And in the same legion where Beulah met Hannah and Dennis, Gander hosted the town's first ever Tony Awards party.
And the Tony goes to Christopher Ashley, Come From Away.
Is he one of the actors? This is an acting award?
Most of all, I'd like to accept this on behalf of the people of Newfoundland and all of the first responders and their families in New York and in 9/11, the people who gave their lives and the people who extended their hearts and their homes and were generous and kind at the very worst moments. To all of you, thank you and thank you.
As well as a Tony Award, Come From Away was honored on the international political stage. The musical's Canadian values gave the Prime Minister an opportunity to engage with the Trump administration through Trump's daughter, Ivanka.
Merci, mes amis. There is no relationship quite like the friendship between Canada and the United States. Our friends are there for those tough times, when you lose a parent or a loved one, when you get knocked off your path at a difficult moment in your life, where you go through difficult times. That's when you turn and you lean on your friends, and we're there for each other, and that ultimately is what this story is all about.
There are many legacies rippling out from the
That was beautiful. Look, I know Justin Trudeau's a politician and he has varying degrees of popularity or unpopularity there, and that's not what this channel is about. I just want to say that that sentiment of friendship, that was beautiful.
Really. Of Newfoundlanders during 9/11.
I think
There's
we can all
also
embrace that.
a concrete tribute to Gander's kindness in New York City. Concrete, glass, aluminum, and steel, to be exact. The architect who designed the 9/11 Memorial Museum Pavilion was one of the stranded passengers. Craig Dickers says the people of central Newfoundland inspired that iconic building.
My experience in Gander was deeply moving, and it changed me forever. For me, as I told people, I felt the best of humanity and the worst of humanity. And it rises up off the ground, and it has very, very small aluminum panels that have tiny little scratches in them that you can't see, and
So-
those scratches actually create
What a
light.
coincidence. This guy
And so as you stand at the building,
was
and
one of
look
the
at the facade,
passengers in
it's a
Gander and
light
ended up
that
designing
rises
this
up into the sky.
beautiful
and it's
memorial
also
building.
somewhat evocative of the original buildings, these stripes like the facade. And then at the corner of the building is a great glass atrium that brings light down.
Even that is
into,
evocative
the
of
lower
being
levels
inside
of the building.
the World Trade Center.
So there's a kind of optimism about the building, even if
ground
it has
floor foyer
a
that really was
tragic,
several stories
sort
tall
of
with those
psychology
big glass
in its
atriums like that.
location. And it has is somewhat evocative of the former towers that were there. Nevertheless, the bright lights and the daylight that comes into the building tells you that there's a possibility for a
I'm
better
laughing because
future.
he said this. He
And it
used the
tells
same
you
words
about
as
who
I did.
you are at this moment in time. Our building reflects the presence of our lives, whereas the memorials reflect the absence of those lives that were lost. And in Gander, I would say that was very an acute feeling, that there was this feeling that people were there to deal with you, who you were at that moment in time, and they weren't asking you where you came from or where you're going or anything like that. It was about that moment, and Gander was very much, I think even for the citizens of the community, it was a compressed feeling of we're alive and we're in this together.
Gander's generosity is now rippling across the globe. Some of the same 9/11 volunteers who looked after passengers are now sponsoring 5 families displaced by the Syrian war. And they're getting a little help from passenger Kevin Turf.
Even though we weren't seeking asylum in Canada, there were things that the 60 million refugees across the world right now that we had in common. We had no food, no clothing, no shelter, no information. And so what Gander continues to do is inspire the world, because now Gander is opening its arms again to the stranger, bringing in Syrian refugee families. So that's why I wrote a book, and 25% of the net proceeds of my book will go to help support Gander refugee outreach.
Talal Ibrahim is from the decimated Syrian city of Homs. He and his family are enjoying the peace and beauty of central Newfoundland.
Just like the taking care of the passengers, the broader community did the fundraising and collected donations. Talal's wife, Sama, tells the story of working at Walmart, and after the attacks in Quebec, we had a service in Gander, a memorial service in Gander, and the families all attended. But a lady came up to her in Walmart and said, "Can I give you a hug? I want to let you know that I support you." So they continue to do a good job. Here I go again.
She told me, after that, I knew now that I'm safe, in this country, Nobody will hurt me, nobody will, and everybody respect each other, and it's very good. Come from away, it's a reminder of us, come from away, because we came also from away, very far away.
In the show's finale, I'm an Islander, the characters sing, "If you're hoping for a harbor, you'll find an open door." In Newfoundland and Labrador, that's a given. Funny that it took some come-from-aways to let us know how special that is.
5 days.
19 animals.
And 7,000 strays. When the sun is setting and it's darker than before, if you're hoping for a harbor, then you'll find an open door. In the winter from the water to whatever's in the way. To the ones who have come from away, we say, welcome to the 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 rock.
Oh, that was wonderful. Is the rock a nickname for Newfoundland? Is it fairly rocky? One of the yeah, that's just one of the things I was wondering about. Whew, well, I'm so glad I watched this whole series, and I'm glad you watched it with me. And I don't really know what else to say that I haven't been saying in the comments all along. Other than I reiterate that I want to visit Newfoundland very soon. It really isn't that far from here. If I took a flight up there, I mean, it only takes me maybe a little over an hour to fly to Maine, Bangor, Maine. From there, I don't know what, maybe another 45 minutes flight time. Got to get up there. I got to find some of these people and hug them, and I will cry with... I wish I can't remember her name right now. There's a lot of information that I just took in, but the woman at the end there with the Syrian refugee who cries every time she starts talking, and it's definitely infectious. It makes me tear up as well. Well, this story's not over for me. I cannot wait to see this play, and to be continued. Thank you so much for watching.